Hello and good evening students, and welcome to today's daily quiz. Now before we start today's quiz, here is a very quick announcement that we have a must attend free workshop on understanding the UPSC CSE syllabus that will be held exclusively on the Byjus Exam Prep app on 4th March from 6 p.m. onwards. So do not forget to download the app and attend this workshop if you want to understand the nuances of the syllabus of this exam. The link for registration is available in the video description. So here is the first question. Which statements are true regarding the Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Pariyojana? It is under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. It aims to improve the availability of affordable generic medicines. The Janaushadhi Kendra sell both drugs and surgical equipments. So recently, our Union Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizer, he flagged off the Janaushadhi Rath in order to commence the celebrations of Janaushadhi Jan Chetna Abhiyan. That is to increase the awareness about this scheme amongst the people. Now this Yojana, it was launched by the Department of Pharmaceuticals, which comes under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizer, in the year 2008 in order to provide affordable generic medicines to the people in every nook and corner of the country. The scheme is implemented by a society which is registered under the Societies Registration Act, that is Pharma and Medical Bureau of India, which previously was known as Bureau of Pharma PSUs of India. Now under this scheme, please note that not just drugs but also surgical instruments are included as well. Moreover, new medicines as well as nutraceuticals like protein powders, mild-based food supplements, protein bars, immunity bars, sanitizers, masks, glucometer are also included under this scheme. So this is a correct statement. Many people, they get confused that it comes under the Ministry of Health, but that is not true. This is also correct. Yes, this is the aim of it. And yes, both drugs and surgical equipments are sold under the scheme. So our correct answer is D. Now the next question. How many of the following pairs of military special force exercises and the country it is held with are correctly matched? Garud Shakti with France, Dharma Guardian Nepal, Varuna Indonesia, Shinyu Maitri Japan. Now recently the exercise Shinyu Maitri between the Indian Air Force and the Japanese Air Self-Defense Forces, it was held in Japan at a place called Komatsu. Now please note that this Shinyu Maitri is between IAF and Japan Air Self-Defense Force, and it is organized on the sidelines of the Indo-Japan Joint Army exercises, which are also known as Dharma Guardian. So over here, this is correct while this is wrong. Dharma Guardian also takes place with Japan. This is also incorrect because Varuna is a naval exercise that takes place between France and India. This is also incorrect. Garud Shakti is the exercise between the Special Forces of India and Indonesia. So out of these, only one pair is correctly matched and our correct answer is A. Now the third question. How many of the following statements are true? The Forest Survey of India publishes the State of Forest report once every 2 years. Tree areas with a canopy cover of 40 to 70% are known as dense forests. Any area with less than 40% canopy cover is not counted under the survey as a forested area. Plantations are not included in it either. Now here is a report that is published in Indian Express regarding the forest cover of India. The Forest Survey of India, it started publishing the biennial, that is once in 2 years, State of Forest report since the year 1987, and it has been in fact mapping the India's forests since before that, since early 1980s. Now in India, the land areas which have a canopy density of more than 40%, they are included as dense forests. If the canopy cover is between 10 to 40%, they are considered as open forest. And in 2003, a new category of forest was included which had more than 70% of tree canopy, and they were known as very dense forests. Now, in this survey, even the plantations are included under the forest cover of the country. So, this is correct. Yes, it is published once every 2 years. The last one was published in 2021, and we are expecting a new India State of Forest report in this particular year. This is correct. Yes, the trees with canopy cover of 40 to 70% are dense forest. This, however, is wrong. 10 to 40% canopy cover, they are included in open forest. This is also incorrect. Plantations are included in the report as forest cover. So, our correct answer here is B. Now, the next question. Which of the following statements are true? The Foreign Contribution Regulation Act regulates foreign funding to the NGOs. To seek foreign donations, the NGO should have an account in SBI, State Bank of India only. The NGOs need to specify the purpose of receiving the funds. The funds can be transferred from one NGO to another if the former is not able to undertake the specified task. So recently, a think tank in India, its FCRA license, the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act license, was suspended by the government of India. Now, FCRA, it was enacted in the year 1976 during the emergency era amid the apprehensions that foreign powers, they are trying to finance the anti-state activities in the country. Eventually, it was amended in the year 2010 in order to consolidate the law regarding utilization of foreign funds and prohibit their use for any activities that can undermine the national interest. Again, in 2020, the law was amended, which provided the government with tighter control and scrutiny over the receipt and the utilization of the funds by the various NGOs. Now, under the Act, any NGO which wants to seek the foreign donations, it should be registered under the Act. It should have an account, a bank account dedicated for the receipt of these foreign funds only in the State Bank of India, Delhi. Moreover, they should specify what is the purpose of this fund and how it will be utilized, and it can be used only for that specified purpose. Moreover, these funds, they cannot be transferred from one NGO to another. So over here, yes, this is correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. However, this is wrong. There is no provision for transferring of the funds. So, a correct answer over here is A. Now we come to a PYQ asked in the year 2019. Consider the following statements about the Charter Act of 1813. It ended the trade monopoly of the East India Company in India except for trade in tea and trade with China. It asserted the sovereignty of the British Crown over the Indian territories held by the company. The revenues of India were now controlled by the British Parliament. Now, the Charter Act of 1813, it gave various provisions where first and foremost, the monopoly of the East India Company, it was abolished when it came to trade with India. The company, however, still enjoyed the monopoly in trade with China and in terms of trade with regards to tea for 20 more years. Also, this particular act included a clause which asserted the Crown's undoubted sovereignty over all of the company's territories. Moreover, this act is also known for first time grant of money by the British Parliament in order to promote education in India. This, however, is incorrect. This was done by the Pitt's India Act of 1784. So it was already done by the time the Charter Act of 1813 came into being. So the correct answer over here is A. Now we come to the fact of the day, which is about SWAYATT. Now the government e-marketplace has commemorated the success of this particular scheme, which is an initiative to promote startups, women and youth advantage through e-transactions on government e-marketplace. This initiative, it was first launched in February 2019 with a motive to promote inclusiveness in various categories of sellers and service providers on the government e-marketplace portal. By taking proactive steps to facilitate the training and registration of specific categories of manufacturers and sellers, and also to develop women entrepreneurship and encourage the participation of the MSMEs and startups in public procurement. Now, as of now, this scheme has been declared as a big success and it promotes social and financial inclusion with more than 8.5 lakh MSMEs being registered on this portal, with many of them being startups which are started either by women or by youth. So that is all about fact of the day, and with that we come to an end to today's daily quiz. I hope you were able to understand all the concepts. So do not forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more such updates. Thank you very much and have a very good day ahead.